So guys, I am back again with a special information dropped by this PDA Family Law Clinic. Una know say na dem come drop the bomb wey come circulate go viral yesterday, wey people come dey talk about how May Edochie now filed divorce for to go their separate ways between she and YUL EDOCHIE. So this PDA Family Law Clinic don't come back again to drop an important message to intending second wives and side chicks. Okay, so let me read it. You can pick one or two things. This is a special message to people intending to become Judy Austin one way or the other, or trying everything possible to become second wife. So if you really have the strength, okay, you need to follow these steps and know what it means before you put your head. Okay, so a piece of advice to women who date married men with intention to be the second wife or to replace the wife. I am constantly aware that by very the nature of human beings, there will always be those who will engage in dangerous activities regardless of grave harm to themselves. So I often find myself advising those who live dangerously, such as women who date married men, in the hope that they will become second wife or a replacement to the wife. If you do this, first ask yourself the following questions. Please take your time and watch this video from the beginning to the end, because it is about to get hot, okay? Like this one, they very spicy. Just sit down, relax, enjoy this video. Number one, do you know the type of marriage the man has? The type of marriage will determine if you can put your head or if you can just like run. You understand? For your own safety. Do you know the type of marriage the man has? Even though Nigeria allows polygamy, it is a regulated polygamy. This means that it is not in all cases that the law allows polygamy. If the man is a Muslim and married his wife under the Islamic law, the Sharia, in brackets, yes, as long as he has not already married up to 4 wives, he can marry you. Also, if the man is a Christian or a pagan, or he married under the customary laws of any of the indigenous Nigeria communities, there is hope that he can marry you as his second or third wife. What it means is this: if the man can't do traditional things like traditional rites, say he carry palm wine, carrying people, can't go meet the girl family, can't declare his intention, that man can actually marry second wife. Be listening, okay? This is because Islamic law allows polygamy up to a maximum of 4 wives, and the customary law allows polygamy without limit to the number of wives. If you do traditional marriage, you are free. Only traditional marriage, you are free, to marry many wives. When it comes to people that are not Islamic, or people that are not from the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic religion, I am talking about the Igbo tribe. Okay, this particular law can actually favor the man. However, if the married man you are dating, whether Christian, Muslim or pagan, married his current wife under the Marriage Act 1970 laws of the Federation, he cannot have a second wife. Let me break it down. If you go to court to go and marry your wife, wed your wife in court, so there is no way you can marry second wife. It is not for every man. Make sure your own man is permitted by law to have a second wife. If you make the mistake of marrying a man who is prohibited from polygamy, your name will become Judy. Well, your name will become Judy. Many people do not understand this simple point, that even though Nigerian law allows polygamy, it is not for everybody. Polygamy is regulated in Nigeria. You must make sure that the law allows you to have a second wife. Apparently, even a supposed well-informed actor/celebrity like YUL EDOCHIE did not understand that he could not, in capital letter, have a second wife, that he was disqualified from having a second wife. It also did not occur to him that he would be committing a crime by having a second wife, bigamy. This is where he was faulted. Judy Austin also did not know this. This was why the two have been proudly parading themselves, not realizing that if we follow the laws of Nigeria strictly, they could be arrested and prosecuted for that. Please, if you don't remember anything I wrote on this post, remember that polygamy in Nigeria is a regulated activity. It is not for every man. If you're a man and you want to have a second wife, make sure that your wife marriage was not under the Marriage Act. Also, if you are a woman and don't want your husband to have a second wife, make sure he marries you under the Marriage Act. Una dey hear am? Then number 2, do you understand that the wife of the man you date can sue you? Hey, wehele. This is another thing many did not know. The law allows the wife to sue any other woman that has an affair her husband. If the marriage was under the Marriage Act, she can sue you for damages and the court will award damages against you. It is the risk every side chick should be aware of. You are living dangerously because the wife of your sugar daddy can sue you. She can sue you even if you have ended the relationship with her husband. So it will be a double tragedy when the man is forced to end the relationship and you still get sued for what you did with him in the past. Wahala. What will happen if you have 2 children with the married man before the wife sues you? Indeed, the children will be perfect evidence that you did what you are accused of doing. That is it. You will likely be found liable without much effort. What will happen if you and the man have been parading yourselves as husband and wife in addition to having 2 children together? Again, you better plead guilty if you sued. You cannot deny that you have sex with her husband when you have 2 children together and you have been parading yourselves as husband and wife. The case will be a slam dunk. Wehele. Number 3. Do you realize that the man is not really your husband even though he carried wine on your head and paid bride price for you? If a man cannot have a second wife under the law because he is disqualified from polygamy, it doesn't matter that he paid what would have been your bride price. He is still not your husband. That is because he cannot contract a valid marriage outside the marriage he is already in. You need to dissolve the one that you are in. Do you understand? Before you now get to the second part that you want to marry second wife. Like, it's very easy for this man to understand all these things. He is still not your husband. That is because he is already in. You will remain only his girlfriend even if you have 10 children for him and you have lived with him for 100 years. What makes you a wife is not the number of children you have for the man or the number of years you live together or the number of times you hailed him on social media. What makes you a wife is the law, and if the law says you cannot be his wife, you will not be his wife regardless of what you do or what you say or what you call yourself. Also, note that it is not the number of favorable comments you get on social media posts that will make you his wife. Even if you like, get all the people on Facebook to hail you and call you his wife. That is not what makes a woman in a man's wife. It is the law, and the law does not give a damn about what is said on social media. Una dey hear am? Not the number of hails these 2 persons, maybe YUL EDOCHIE and JUDY AUSTIN, can get on social media go determine whether they are husband and wife. Law don't talk say they are not, because YUL EDOCHIE did not nullify the first marriage he had with MAY EDOCHIE in the first place before forcing himself to be in imaginary marriage with JUDY AUSTIN. Like, I don't get it. This man, he is doing something that is very dangerous to his life and that of the kids he has, and that of the kids he has with the JUDY AUSTIN. Like, guys, a whole lot. Now, number 4, let us continue. Are you aware of certain legal presumptions about paternity? If you're living with a man who is not your husband, even though you foolishly assumed you are his wife and you have children while living with him, those children are not necessarily presumed to be his children. The law presumes that any child born by your wife is your biological child, even without any paternity test. However, the law does not extend such presumption to children born by your girlfriend, even though you had mistakenly thought she was your wife. If the man and the woman were not married, a number of people have the right to demand that paternity be established by evidence rather than by presumption. For instance, let us assume that Mr. P gives birth to Mr. Y and Mr. Y gets his side chick pregnant and ignorantly begins to call his side chick his wife. Any descendant of of Mr. P has right to demand proof that the children of the side chick are Mr. Y's biological children. They have the right, because otherwise they could be treating the woman's children as their relatives when they are not. Any man who claims he has dated the wife or even had a one-night stand with her after getting drunk at a club can demand paternity tests to ensure that it was not during the one-night stand that she conceived of the pregnancy. Indeed, any man could be the father of the children you got from a man that is not your husband, even if that man was wrongly parading himself as your husband. In as much as the law doesn't recognize you as a married man to that man, there is no presumption of paternity in favor of the man. And certainly, the children of the man from his legitimate wife will have the right to demand paternity tests for the children of the man from his side chick. They have the right to be sure that his child called their half-brother is really their half-brother. They cannot presume that the child are related to them simply because the father lost his mind and called a girlfriend his wife. In essence, let me explain this. That May Edochie's children, they have the right to demand for a paternity test to make sure that those two kids that YUL EDOCHIE and JUDY AUSTIN born, they are still their half brothers. Do you understand? So they have the right to do that. Why this post at this time? Now this is the cocoa. This is why we are so interested in this particular gist. Okay, now it stated, from the recent cases we have discussed on this platform, it occurred to us that there is an alarmingly large number of women who are proudly looking for a married man. They will convert to their husbands. Some are looking for some married men that will bear children for. Also, we discovered that there are many men who did not know that polygamy in Nigeria is regulated. They don't know. They feel like, okay, I am free to do whatever thing I want to do because I am the man, I am the head of the house. Not knowing that marriage, like when it comes to Nigeria, like guys, you need to check very well. You need to check very well. Polygamy in Nigeria is regulated, yes, and you need to know that. Now let me continue. And not everybody is allowed to have a polygamous marriage. The level of ignorance on this subject is so astonishing that I felt the need to make a special post on it. You will be living dangerously if you are a woman dating a married man with the intention to snatch him or to become his second wife. It is a path you should tread with caution. Many are just realizing that it is a very treacherous road to walk. As for the men, you like to talk about what your forefathers did and about your right to marry more than one wife. Please be careful. Let the rat not jump into the water with the lizard. Make sure the law allows you to do it. Otherwise, you'll be that rat that followed the lizard into the cold river. Indeed, my advice to you is, don't try it, brother. Perish that thought. It is not worth the trouble. Like, I love this. Okay, so what do you have to say? Please leave me a comment down in the comment section. This is getting hotter by the day. Please make sure you continue subscribing, continue recommending my channel to your friends and loved ones. I know that they try to give on a back approval as it hot. Please make sure you keep recommending my channel. Okay, my name is Jiswonga and I'll definitely see you guys on my next one. Take care and bye bye.